What's going on, guys? As most of you already know, my name is Chad, and man, I am finally back. And I guess before I explain where I was, which most of you already know, but we have had a lot of new subscribers. I think like 300 or 400 actually in the last couple weeks, so that's been awesome. I appreciate you guys showing my channel support even when I'm not able to upload videos. But like I said, before I get into that, I'll talk a little bit about the gameplay so you guys kind of have some sort of background on what's going on. This is one of the gameplays I was gonna save for, I don't know, when I remember when I told you guys that, you know, I don't always just get the like kind of campy slow MOABs that I get in, you know, MOAB for Dummies. This is one that was, you know, rushing, exciting gameplay. It's basically where I just kind of destroy the other team, but I wanted to use a decent gameplay for my my first one back, I guess. And this is the first game I grabbed the G36C, this prestige. So I didn't have anything on it. And I hate the iron sights on it, but this is just one of those games that worked, you know? Nothing went wrong, everything went right. I was playing against some bad players, and it was just one of those perfect mixes that you need to get a game like this. And I'm sure you saw by the title already, and I think I probably already said this, it's a MOAB gameplay. I think I go 48-4, I believe, and this is a regular kill confirmed, no kill streaks, specialist pack, so you know, I was pretty proud of this game. It's one of the better games that I've had recently anyways. I think that's probably all you need to know about the game, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff I really wanted to cover, and I'm sure I'm going to forget some stuff. But first of all, let you guys know where I've been. If you missed any of the videos, I came down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a job interview at one of the biggest golf stores in the country, actually. And I sat down, I talked with a guy, and essentially, you know, he gave me a job right there. I just had to pass a background and drug test, which luckily I don't have a problem with that anymore. And back in college might have been a different story, but yes, I'm a clean fella right now. So anyways, that wasn't a problem. So I got the job, and all that went through like in 2 days. So I went back in and talked to him that following Friday, and he put me on the schedule for Tuesday. So I don't know if you guys know this, I live in Ohio though, or lived I should say, because I'm down here permanently now, which is awesome. But I lived in Northeast Ohio, so I can't just get back in my car and drive home for a day and pick stuff up, because it's, I don't know, a 10.5-hour drive maybe, and I just didn't want to do it. So I've been down here since then with the few things that I had. That didn't include my laptop, my TVs, my monitor, my Xbox, my headset, all that kind of good stuff. So I was kind of stuck. I wasn't able to put up videos. I wasn't able to continue the series. I always say that every time I use that word. But yeah, I couldn't do any of that stuff. So I had some friends help me out. I'm sure you guys saw a couple of their videos. And I put up some, you know, kind of crappy lower quality videos with my camcorder. It's supposed to be HD, and you could see the picture's really good in the one video I took down by the beach, but the sound sucked because the the wind was, it sounded like a hurricane. The wind was so bad, and that might be my only knife of my life right there. Probably not my only one, but I probably knifed 20 people total in my life. I don't use that function of the game very often. I prefer to stick with my gun. But anyways, I'm sure you saw that video. I also put a little kind of funny one up of my roommate. He's a character. I enjoy listening to him talk. He's really interesting, and I may put up some videos of him just because he's one of those like kind of conspiracy theorist type of guys, and he just knows all sorts of shit that I don't. So I don't know. I thought he was entertaining. I might do some stuff with him too. But he bought hammocks. He bought one for his room. We ended up putting one in each room of the house. I don't know why. It was just kind of one of those frivolous impulse buys, but it was funny. And he bought a hammock, and we threw him in that, and he started playing this little mandolin thing he has, and I told him he looked like a gypsy, and I said, I am going to record that and put it on YouTube, and I did. But that was with his iPhone, so the picture wasn't great. I don't know. I think I fucked the settings up. I have no idea. But anyways, that was the other video I put up. But the good news is I am back permanently. I do need to get some gameplays though, because I haven't played Call of Duty for, what, almost 3 weeks now. I played a little bit last night just with some buddies to get, you know, kind of back in the swing of things, but really wasn't playing for any gameplays. I was just trying to get kind of warmed back up to the game. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to get gameplay. I still have the MOAB on Arkaden for MOAB for Dummies, so I'm gonna get that up. As far as the channel goes, though, I want to get some sort of schedule, if that makes any sense, something a little more concrete. So I may like start out doing 4 videos a week and not try to like push to do one every day, especially with the new job. So you guys let me know what days you want stuff. I'm gonna try to actually continue the MOAB for Dummies series after the free-for-alls. We'll talk more about that later, but let me know what day you guys want that on. The Raid My Vault Bro can go on forever as long as you guys keep sending in gameplays, and I have a ton of gameplays. I haven't even logged on to Angry Spanish Guy yet, so I probably have 16 million messages that I have to go through, but I am gonna keep doing that. You know, I can do like just some sort of a video like this every week, just kind of, you know, cluing you guys in on what's going on, updating you, just throw up some good gameplay. So maybe do that towards the middle of the week. I don't know. Let me know, and I'll check out the comment sections as usual, because you guys have helped shape this channel, and I want to continue, you know, I guess involving you guys in the whole process. So that's probably enough about that stuff. I guess I can cover a couple random things before the video's over. I know I probably sound a little different or a little stuffed up, and the pollen count down here is ridiculous. I go outside and my car is yellow. I mean, it's literally, it's a black car and it looks yellow. There's so much pollen in the air. You just walk outside and you just snort it in, and it's, if you have any kind of like, you know, seasonal allergies or I don't know, whatever that shit's called, it's bad down here right now. So I'm probably going to sound stuffed up for a little bit, so I apologize for that. But it is what it is. I can't really do much about it. So anyways, we'll get back into the gameplay a little bit and kind of take this thing home. As far as the end of this game goes, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's 2 times in the game where it kind of, I don't know, skipped and changed, the color changed a little bit. It's because the host migrated twice, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Theater, but when the host migrates, it splits the gameplays into 2s, and it does the whole countdown thing again. So I try to cut it out so that it kind of, I don't know, it's like a seamless transition, and there's a lot of times there's no way to do it, especially if you're aiming down sights when it happens, because when they bring you back into the game, you're not aiming down sights anymore, so it kind of gets a little glitchy, but I don't know, it worked out fine, I suppose. So anyways, let's finish this game up. As you guys can see, this is how I normally play. You know, I push the enemy, I try to stay away from my teammates, which isn't always the best strategy, but it's the best strategy to get good gameplay and to entertain myself, because I'm not the type of person that likes to kill one person and sit in a corner and wait to kill another one. I try to seek people out, and kill confirmed I like. I haven't really talked a lot about this gameplay, or this game type I should say, but I like the game type. I don't know, I haven't got into it. I did a video on it a long time ago saying, you know, it's probably going to be the 2nd most played game type behind Team Deathmatch, and I think it still is. It was for a while, and for a while it was, I think, up in the hundreds of thousands. I mean, it was giving TDM a run for its money, and people always go back to TDM because it's what they're used to, but I don't know. I think I predicted this one somewhat right anyways. It's, you know, a little better than my Super Bowl predictions anyways, right? So I don't know, but it ended up being a fairly popular game type, and I like it. I'm going to get into it a little more, especially when I finish the MOAB for Dummies free-for-all series. I may start kill confirmed. I'm not going to do it on every map like I did with free-for-all, though. I may mix and match the game types. But there's the MOAB right there. And if you guys noticed, we've been at 61, you know, for the score for the last minute or so, because for whatever reason people tend to like sit on the side of the map that they spawn on, because there's a lot of long lines of sights that they can kind of see, you know, see those places that kind of bottleneck up where all the traffic flows to. And that's why I like this map, because there's always one flank route you could take to kind of flank the enemy and, you know, catch them off guard, catch them by surprise. So anyways, this gameplay is coming to an end. I wanted to talk a little bit about the feature they added in Elite, where you can actually look at your KD on each map, but I didn't have time, so we'll save that for later this week sometime. Again, I finished 48-4. I got the MOAB right towards the end of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Any new subscribers, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. So let's get on to the recap page. Alright, so I'm not going to put up those 2 little videos I did when I was down here, the one on the beach and the one about my roommate. If you guys want to check those out, they're on my channel though. Go check out my channel page. I just wanted to throw up a couple commentaries here. The one on the left is Raid My Vault Bro number 7. That is a UMP free-for-all MOAB on Interchange, I believe. Really good gameplay there. The video on the right is Raid My Vault Bro number 8, and that was a Team Defender MOAB on Carbon using the M16. That was really cool gameplay too, because you really don't see a lot of Team Defender, and you really don't see a lot of Carbon on YouTube either, which is one thing I want to kind of work on, get some of those maps up that you don't see very often. So anyways guys, check those videos out. If you haven't subscribed already, click that yellow subscriber button. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I will leave the links in the description below. And as always guys, I appreciate all the support, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.